Hi guys, it's time for another pattern. Go to pattern-collections.com and scroll down to pattern focus to find today's pattern. And let's see what we've got today. Today is called Struwwel. Let me click on it so it gets bigger. There we go. Struwwel. And by Dorothy Suppel-Core. First you start with a pear-like shape. Here we go. Right? Sort of a blob that's a pear-like shape. And then on top of that shape we're going to put this sort of little S coming out one side and then another. Okay. And then it looks like, then we're going to do that again, kind of coming under. So make sure we have a big loop here when we draw this first one, that's really far from this thing, because you're going to have to put another layer in there. So put another layer up underneath, right? And some little loop-de-doops up at the top, like that. Okay. And then number 4, you fill in behind, in between all of these spots right there. And there we go. That's the, and you'll notice from sample to sample that the pear-like blob changes shape. That one looks more like an avocado. Changes shape on each sample because it's, you know, they're all hand drawn. Look at that one's kind of more gourd-like. Okay. And then that is the sample. And I totally see a character in that with hair. I see a character with hair. So I have this feeling I'm going to have like a little village of pear-like people, Struwwels. They're gonna have eyes. I just see it coming, because that clearly, yeah, that's gonna happen. Okay, let me turn my light on. Watch out for the glare, sorry about that. Okay, now I can see what I am doing. Going to put my string in. And it kind of goes like a curve like that. I got a little carried away with that. Oops, no, the curve's on the wrong side. See? That's why you look at your sample. My string curve has to be closer, here has to be closer than here. If that makes sense. Okay, so now that I have a curve, okay, I got you. I am going to start with an amorphous pear-shaped blob. Like that. There's my blob. And then on the top of my blob, I have a shape that goes like that. You guys are too far away. Oop, wrong way. There. And then you just echo that, right? And then another one that comes down and around. And like so. And then under here, we come there and come out here. And like that. And this one comes down and around like so. Something like that. And some little thingamabobs come out the top. there we are. That's our main shape. I want another one right here. And this one is going to, that's a little complicated. I got a bit carried away with my overlap here. Okay. Something of that nature. And then one more over here. Ooh, that was a weird shape. That one went a little off kilter. That's okay. These are fun. I'm having a good time, which is why I'm gone quiet here. Okay, and then something like that. But they clearly need eyes. They need eyes. Do they need mouths? I don't know, but for sure they need eyes. That one's just hiding behind the other one. And this one, I feel like I'm drawing Veggie Tales. You know, the little cartoon character Veggie Tales? That's what I kind of feel like I'm doing. Okay. They clearly needed eyes like that. And yeah, mouths are happening. That one's got one tooth. There's some smiles happening here because they're happy little guys. This one is not so sure. That one is like being shoved to the background. He's not so sure. And they're sitting on a something. What they're sitting on, I don't rightly know. But it's going to get a little diva dance just because. That's how I feel. Very lumpy today. My pen feels like it's not quite cooperating where I want it to go, but that's okay. You know, your pen doesn't have to cooperate exactly where you want it to go in order to make a tile that you're happy with. That needs a little bit more change of direction there. Like so. Yep, that's what it needed. Why did it need that? I don't know. It just did. That's the joy of Diva Dance, is that you can just make these little lines and then put little blobs in there, and they can go whatever direction you are happy with, and they have no rhyme or reason. And sometimes you have more darks and sometimes you have less darks, and it's all good. These are fun. Something like that. And over here, these guys go like this. And maybe there's a lump in here. The only thing I do with Diva Dance is try to have one line that's not, like, don't put two darks right next to each other. It's the only kind of rule that I have when I do Diva Dance. You know, you guys can do whatever you want. I just try not to put two darks right on top of each other because that makes just kind of a dark spot that I'm not fond of. Here we go. Those are happy little guys. All right, they need some shading. What are they called? Struwwel? Why did my phone do that? It's lost where it was. There it is. Okay, I'm going to erase my string. I did not use, oops, the top part of that border, which is fine. Don't need it. Use my little erasing bit and find my pencil. You're meant to color in back here in this areas. Do I want to do that? Let me zoom out just a tad on my tile so I can look at it from a distance. Yes, I do think I need that dark. So let me put that dark in here. That would be this little spot here. And this little spot here. Here, I think, right? Yeah. I'm going to figure out all my little hair bits here. What's negative space and what's positive. This is negative space here. Okay, that's positive. That's negative. Here. Started watching a new YouTube channel. It's SARS, S-A-R-E-S, I think it is. Anyway, she and her son started an art, a pouring channel, fluid art, where they do fluid acrylic pours. And it's funny, they've only had their channel for 6 weeks and they're already over 10,000 subscribers. Okay, that's a lot, because I've had mine channel for what, over a year, and I've just barely hit 6,000. They've done 6 weeks and they've got 10,000. They're going to be one of those YouTube sensations where they hit, 100, 200,000. I just know it. They're going to be really popular because they're wild and crazy and really kind of weird. And it's funny because they're getting all these, and they think it's funny. They're getting all these comments on their YouTube of how they need to be different and they need to be not so loud and obnoxious, and they need to be more professional, and their camera work sucks, and so forth and so on. But apparently they're doing something right, because 10,000 people in 6 weeks like their show, right? I just think it's hilarious. And people who are on YouTube, unless they are in that over 1 million subscriber thing, they're not making money. They really aren't. They might be making a little bit, but they're not like rolling in the dough. I can guarantee you they are not rolling in the dough. And, you know, whatever they're doing that's making their channel successful, why would they mess with that? Why would they become the same boring old art show that everybody else is? They're not. They're very exciting and interesting and funny, and, you know, they seem to have this energy about them that's just delightful. And yes, am I shouting them out? Absolutely. You know what? I think more YouTubers should do that, because, you know, it's a community. I feel like I want dark behind, but I think I'm just going to do it with the pencil. I think we're good. We are good to go. All right. So I need to shade where these little hairs are coming up and over and around the other ones. The overlap. So I'm going to start with those, and I'm going to start small. You can always erase, but sometimes it's a good idea to just start small, and then you can build onto it if you need to. Little bit of shading where they overlap. This might not be the most exciting part of the drawing, and I understand that, and if you want to fast forward, go for it. I'm not going to have my feelings hurt. Some YouTube artists or YouTube content creators, they don't like it when you fast forward through their video, because it affects their YouTube metrics, and you don't have as much watch time, and yada yada yada, and that affects your advertising revenue and so forth. So they want you to stay and engage with their channel as much as possible. I do not care. I'm not here to make a living from YouTube. I'm going to be straightforward and honest with you. I finally got my very first check from YouTube from advertising. So in a year and 400 and some, 500 and some videos, I made $100. So that'll give me some money to go buy some more paper and a couple of pencils, right? And some pens. It's not exactly a living I am making here. And I don't want to. And some people do. And I'm not faulting them for that, but I don't want to make a living off of this. I want to do this. I would do this even if I was the only person doing it, right? If I was the only one watching my own channel, I would still do what I'm doing the way I'm doing it. And I think those folks that I just shouted out, they would be doing the same thing. I mean, they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart, right? Yeah, they're having fun. But I guess, you know, she's an art teacher or of some sort. I don't know. She does other art and art forms, not just pouring. And And apparently she's very good. She's good at her color theory. She knows what she's talking about. She's not just flying by the seat of her pants, right? But she's also irreverent and funny and kind of sarcastic and goofy and all those things that people like to watch. And if they want to make money on YouTube, go for it. It's just too much work for me. I don't want to deal with choosing where to put content and just not for me. You can do all those things. YouTube lets you do all that. You know, I've watched, there are some artists and I really like them and their art, but let me tell you, I can tell there are days where they really are trying to get a little extra money because they need, you know, supplies or something. They will put 3 or 4 ads across the bottom of their screen, that you know, those pop-up ones that you have to click to get rid of so that you can actually see what they're doing. Yeah, those ones. They'll put 3 or 4 of them in their video, or they'll put one of those pop-up ads where you actually have to sit and watch the advertisement smack dab in the middle of their video. So in the middle of whatever they're saying, it goes to a commercial. That's just annoying. And to tell you the truth, as much as I like those artists and I want to watch them, luckily that person doesn't do it very often. But if they did it all the time, I would just stop watching their channel. Because I don't watch YouTube to watch commercials. See how I wanted that to have a darker background? And we'll just stick a bit of dark in here. Oh, they're doing some sort of tile cutting next door. That's good. Nice and loud for us. Hopefully it's not too loud on the video and you don't hear a ton of it, but nothing I can do about the sounds. Sorry, folks. Okay, so that I like. I think I want to make them kind of roundy looking. So I'm going to put just a little bit of shading right like that to give them a little bit of like a roundy belly. Like that. Maybe I'll stick a little up here. Not adding any more pencil to the page. I'm just using whatever's left on the stump to kind of do a little extra up there, right like that. I think that's good. There we go. There's my little Struwwel fellas. They were kind of fun, and I could not do it without putting faces on them. I just couldn't do it. There's got to be somebody out there who's doing it without putting faces on them. So if you want to attempt that and make some sort of interesting tile that doesn't have faces on it, I'd really like to see it, because I just see it with faces and I can't not see it with faces. So I'd like to see one done in some other way without faces. That's a challenge. If you want a challenge, that's a challenge. Show that to me. All right. You guys have a really, really great day. I have one more video to draw today before I go to work, and then we'll work on some more drawings tomorrow. But you guys really have a blessed day, and I will try my best to stay cool, because it is going to be another scorcher here. Alrighty, you guys have fun. Bye-bye.